Ladies and gentlemen, this is a suburb in New Orleans. Two tornadoes did this. I mean, you saw the drone shot that was from the New York Times. And wow, I mean, this thing kicked behind, and it was just the day before. Texas got hit with a few tornadoes over there, too. And woo, I mean, it leaves a trail of devastation for real. So they're saying at least one person is killed. They're still going through all of the debris and damaged homes to see if, if a search and rescue needs to be done. Yes, it does. Yes. I mean, that's all you need to do out there. I mean, this is crazy. And you see the houses that are still standing, a lot of them are missing the windows. The windows are all blown out. So this is a New Orleans area, and this happened Wednesday evening, where two tornadoes ripped through an area of residential homes, knocking out the power to thousands of people. One resident dead. The National Weather Service confirmed that at least two tornadoes hit the area. Wow, this is in the lower Ninth Ward in New Orleans and St. Bernard Parish, sending several people to the hospital. They are using the National Guard to help with the search and rescue. Woo, man. So they're looking for residents who may have been trapped. Guy McInnes, the president of St. Bernard Parish, said that seven local residents had been treated for minor injuries at a hospital. And when the sun came up on Wednesday, Mr. McInnes said that, in an interview, he was grateful for the clear weather, which would make response efforts easier. And the next thought was, how did no one else die in this event? Yeah, I mean, that looks just devastating. But hey, if they survived, then hey, that's a good thing. It's just incredible what these tornadoes can do. Yes, yes, it sure is. McInnes said authorities had found major damage to 40 to 50 buildings by mid morning, though assessments were still underway. The destruction, he said, was concentrated in a 2-mile stretch in a community of Arabi. All right, so they're saying that the streets were littered by small pieces of wood, wire, turf, of grass from nearby marshland, and puffs of pink insulation. Yeah, which you can even see in the picture. You can see the pink insulation from those homes. Classes at the elementary school were canceled, though other schools in the parish were open and following normal schedules. John Bachman, a local plumber, surveyed the scene somberly on Wednesday morning. This is the first time I've seen this, he said. His block of Success Street had been left fairly intact. In his neighbor's backyard, the top of the shed had blown off, but a block away around the curb, the damage was severe. Mr. Bachman, 45, pointed to a cottage with shredded roof rafters and walls that flared out at the bottom. It looked like they were home. Both of the vehicles were there. He said, wondering aloud about the fate of the residents. How did they get through? How did they ever get through? Another house where Mr. Bachman had once worked on the pipes had no roof at all. Insulation hanging off of two walls like a pink feather boa. Two doors down, a house had blown into the middle of the street. Yeah, I saw it when you look at the drone shot. Some, all that was left was the foundation. You didn't see the home at all. I mean, it was completely gone. Carrying a young girl who was dependent on a ventilator, officials said. Aaron Leddit, 44, said Tuesday night that he had heard the wind headed into the bathroom. I put my family in the bathtub and prayed, he said. Once the gusts ceased, he went outside and was among the neighbors and firefighters who rescued a girl from her house. Similar scenes played out across St. Bernard Parish on Tuesday night. Neighbors who had helped each other through Hurricane Katrina in 2005, which flooded every house in the parish, pitched in again to help each other. Amid dark fallen tree branches, live power lines were on the ground, the smell of gas from damaged gas lines. Wow. So they described, the neighbors were describing the night as frightening, and including flying debris and the sound of a loud roar. It was like nothing I've ever heard before. The tornado skipped a house. Yeah, they will do that. They will skip a house, and then you'll see like a bunch of houses torn up. It will skip a house or two and then continue tearing up houses. I mean, you just don't know what direction or how it's going to play out when you see tornadoes. So the tornado skipped his house, but about 2 streets away, a church was destroyed. Homes were flattened, vehicles were overturned and covered in debris everywhere. He saw downed trees and power lines. The tornado came as a robust spring storm system that was blamed for at least one other death this week, moved through the deep south. Tuesday morning hours before the tornado hit, Governor John Bell Edwards of Louisiana had closed many state offices, and schools in Louisiana and Mississippi adjusted their schedules in anticipation of the weather. The same storm system was moving east on Wednesday, and the Weather Service said the threat of severe weather and flooding should wane somewhat. Nearly 100,000 people were without power at some point across Texas, Mississippi, and Louisiana on Tuesday, according to poweroutage.us, a website. All right, yeah, because I've been on that website before too when we had outages in my area. Early Wednesday, which had, most of the power was restored. Parts of Florida Panhandle and southeastern Alabama remain under tornado watch early Wednesday morning. Wow. A tornado last struck New Orleans in February 2017. And that tornado, they said, brought winds of 150 miles per hour. Storm damage more than 600 homes and 33 people were injured. Wow. Well, I sure hope that most people made it through this thing. It is tough. And they are so random, you don't know when they're going to hit. And even when a tornado touched down, you can't even predict the direction it's going to go in. It's crazy. We've had two in the town that I live in, and fortunately, they were on the other side of town and not on the side that I live on. Now, one was a few blocks away, and another one was, it was around one of the main highways around here on that side, but it is scary. It is scary. Now, we didn't get hit with the tornadoes, but we certainly felt the wind from it. And it sounds like, I'm telling you, it sounds like a freight train. It is scary. It really is. But I think many of us notice how the weather has intensified, especially over the last several years. And, you know, don't be surprised if this is a pretty bad hurricane season in 2022 as well. But y'all, please tell me what you think about this. I hope people are safe in New Orleans, Texas, and Mississippi, especially if you're dealing with this. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.